Mia, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
You're a good sport.
You're not. Don't even know who Alex Ovechkin is.
Yeah, so we were talking before we hit record about your weekend in Miami where you used to live. You were so...
Where I left my voice and my dignity.
you got a little messed up or a little banged up out there.
Uh-huh.
I shouldn't say that.
No, it's fine.
No, but you were talking about, you did a meet and greet with a hockey player and you said his name.
Just a hockey player. Alex Ovechkin, only one of the winningest
Is he like the best? Like I know, Wayne Gretzky and the other guy, Mario Lemieux.
Yeah. So Alex Ovechkin is right up there with them. He's one of the top 100 players in the NHL, top 10 actually. The only difference between him and them is he's still playing in the NHL and not 20 years retired.
Is he? Oh, yeah, he looks check this.
He's
guy
pretty
out.
gray. He's super Russian. The vodka doesn't help you age too well.
He's missing teeth.
He's missing.
I'm looking at these photos. It's amazing.
He's a monster. He's so imposing in person. Like he looks like a UFC fighter rather than a hockey player. Yeah. He's just so broad and just an absolute.
Speaks English?
Very roughly.
For real?
Yeah. He's got a heavy Russian accent.
And you started crying when you saw him?
As soon as there's a video of it, actually. It'll be going up soon.
Was his wife there?
No, but I told him that I'm almost a bigger fan of hers than him because she's just so majestic and beautiful and flawless. And he told me to say hi to her if I see her the next day at the game. And me and his agent were trying to coordinate seeing each other, and it ended up not working out because I had a mob after me and I had to be police escorted out of the stadium. But the next day...
During the game?
No, after the game when we were leaving.
For real?
Yeah.
Is that your life?
Yeah. That's why I don't go out. But I ran into them at the mall when I was going to valet the next day. It was awesome. It worked out perfectly. I got to meet her.
Wow.
Yeah.
So if you go to a game, I'm looking at his wife. Yeah, she's pretty.
She's gorgeous.
She's Russian?
Yes. Her name's Nastasia.
That too. Huh. I don't know who that is either.
She's a Russian model.
Look, her initials are no. No.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you go and then because like if it's a stadium or any arena or whatever, when you got to walk back up the steps and then people just start freaking out.
Yeah. Usually I don't go to games anymore unless I have either like a box or like really, really good seats. Mm-hmm. Because that usually comes with security guarding the section.
Right.
I can't do GA anywhere anymore just because it's not safe.
And what about like here it's crazy you live in Austin, right? So that's because when I told people you were coming on, they're like, wow, what's she doing in Austin? I was like, she lives in Austin. Like this is not, I don't really, not many people just up and pick Austin to live.
Yeah. I couldn't do LA. Austin is so low key. Mm-hmm. Everyone is so nice. The food is great. And I always knew I'd end up back in Texas because I went to school in Texas. Yeah. I fell in love with Austin. I mean, I love Dallas only because sports are so accessible there. So in the next 2 years, I'm going to buy a house there, but I'll split my time between Austin and Dallas.
You're going to buy a house in Dallas? Mm-hmm. I grew up in Dallas. You don't want to live in Dallas.
I love Dallas.
What?
I'm so close to hockey there. I can go to Stars games whenever I want. The shopping is great there. The food is great. Why don't you like Dallas?
Because I grew up there. You're not supposed to like where you grew up. You're supposed to wherever you grow up. You're supposed to look at it and like that's a shithole. I hate that place.
You're from
I'm never
Plano.
going back.
I'm talking about like Dallas.
Yeah, but you've been there enough. It's a big difference between Austin and Dallas.
So Austin is like low key. Everyone's chill. Like I can go out to the bar in like sweatpants. Dallas reminds me a lot more of DC in the South. It's very metropolitan, which is nice sometimes. Like I said, I split my time. I can't commit fully to one city. Also, I have friends in both places.
It's red. Austin's blue.
Yes.
Big difference.
Yeah.
All right, I want to hear this. I have to ask these questions just because I'm so interested in how a young woman finds her way into that scene, into the porn scene.
Yeah. Low self-esteem, I would say. I wasn't doing it for money. I think I was doing it more for validation because it was about 2 or 3 months after I got my breast augmentation. And my self-esteem was still very low.
Still low.
Yeah. Just because I lost 50 pounds in college. So my breasts were pretty deformed from like all the weight loss. It was such a drastic loss. And I just never really put myself out there like that in college. I never had, you know, those like crazy party nights. I was very studious. I was trying to graduate early because I graduated high school early and I just wanted to get out of school and just start my life. So when I was approached to do porn, it was at...
But hang on a second.
Yeah.
First of all, how did you lose? You lost 50 pounds exercising or starving or all of the above?
No, it was through exercise.
That's great.
The first thing I did was cut out soda. And also I don't drink that often. So I never had to worry about like beer weight or like wine calories or liquor and stuff. So cutting soda out really helped. And then it was just all exercise and I was really into eating lean, and it started to become, I have an addictive personality, and for once it was addictive in a positive way.
Right. Wow. And this is in El Paso.
Yeah.
Okay. So you say, going back to, so you said approached to do porn, but they please tell me they don't walk up. And...
They do. They have business cards and they are like, they present themselves just as modeling agencies. But it's nude.
And where is this?
This was in Miami. Yeah, they don't do this in El Paso.
Okay.
Miami is it's a hotbed for young, vulnerable women.
Yeah. Wow. And so at a bar, at a restaurant,
it was outside of a Fuddruckers in a strip mall. I was just walking across the street.
Seriously?
Yeah, this guy stops, like in his car. He had stopped so that I could walk across the street, and he gets out of his car and gives me his card. And I thought about it for about 2 weeks and made the mistake of saying yes and going in. And I did it for about 3 months. And as soon as I started to gain popularity, that's when I was like, okay, I need to get the fuck out of this. Like, this is not what I was trying to do whatsoever.
Right.
I just wanted to let loose and rebel a little bit, and maybe it didn't validate me. Nothing like that ever does. That's not what you should be doing to try and build your self-esteem. But
right, of course. I mean, to do something, because look, I have 10 pages open here on my computer, and you did. I have whatever. You did porn. I hate even saying it like that.
It's like Voldemort.
For yeah, well, no, but this is why I have a ton of empathy and respect for you, because while I open up all these articles about you, every one of them starts porn star.
Yeah.
I'll go to the next one, porn star. So for 3 months, you did something which you just admitted was a huge mistake. Every one of these articles, the lead 2 words are porn star.
Yep.
And whereas if you put my name in here and Googled it and opened up 10 articles, obviously I did things for longer than 3 months, every one of those articles starts
disgraced athlete.
Disgraced.
Yeah.
And so it's, and I've watched your whole, I mean, we've been friends for a couple of years, but I've just watched how you have tried hard to reinvent yourself. Look, I'm sitting here now across the table from you because that's what we all did in this room. But 3 months is just, that must have taken no time. It's just crazy.
It all started to spiral out of control when the death threats from ISIS started coming in.
That's never good. You're the second person to sit here that ISIS wants to kill.
Yeah.
Is that second or third, Higgs? This is a good little trend here. We got next. Can I be on the ISIS list?
Probably. You don't want to be on that list.
Okay, so that was that fast? They got onto it that fast?
Yeah, and that's when I stepped away.
So here's a question, and this would be a question for every girl, young girl, impressionable girl, whatever's going on, that decides to take the card, call the dude back, and go, okay, I'll come by. Because if that were me, I would be like, well, are my friends going to know? Is my neighbor going to know? Are my old classmates going to know? Or do you just assume that it's such a relatively small, look, it's not a small amount of people that watch porn. There's a small amount of people that admit that they watch porn.
Yeah.
But Or are you just thinking, okay, people are gonna know?
So I thought about it for about 2 weeks before I even called them back, and that crossed my mind a lot. Like, if anyone finds out,
right?
If my parents find out, if this would ruin my life.
And you're 20.
I was 21.
21.
The way I rationalized it was, there is so much porn out there that there's no way that anyone is ever going to see me.
Yep.
Like, how am I going to cross their paths? Like, they have to be searching for something. Like, also, they don't know my name. This isn't something I'm going to advertise. Like, I'm not going to just put it out there at all. I didn't have Twitter. I didn't have Instagram. I didn't have any social media.
I have to believe that most girls in that situation think exactly that.
No, but that's not it. Most girls go into it wanting the fame.
My God.
That's the saddest part. And that's why the misconception that anyone who does porn has mental illness. No, it's all of these girls who think that that's the only way that they can be popular, be liked, and it's so sad.
And so in the first day you walk in, you don't get to like observe or, I mean, it's straight in.
Yeah. Yeah. I will say, I mean, they pamper you. Like a robe and your hair and makeup done, like catering in the dressing room. Yep. Not all companies are like that. One company was. The other companies are just like, you walk into a repurposed warehouse and you get your hair and makeup done, and then you go on location to like a house in South Beach.
And there was other people. Obviously, there's like a cameraman and
there's usually a cameraman, a PA, and maybe one other person, and then the talent.
I mean, I could never with other people. I don't know.
It was terrible. I mean, it was very nerve-wracking.
Yeah, I bet.
Looking back on it, I don't know what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I feel uncomfortable just showing too much cleavage in public now. I don't know where my head was. I was 21 and dumb. That's the only, and it's not even an excuse, but it's the only answer I have for it.
I'm going to admit something to you. So you came to the dinner the other night, which was super sweet of you to do, because my son and all his buddies, you're like Kim Kardashian to them. And so they were so excited. You brought them a cake.
They were so sweet.
So sweet. Yeah. Great kids. I guess it was on Saturday night. Monday morning, every single one of them got called into the principal's office.
No. Mm-hmm. What? Mm-hmm. Why?
It was a combo of, because the images, which of course nowadays, these kids, they're all on their Snapchat and Instagram, and you put it, it was everywhere, right?
Yeah.
I think it was it was the combo of, we had the dinner down in the wine cellar, so the principal saw wine, not that we were drinking wine, or I was drinking wine, not that they were, but in you and just the whole thing, they called them in one by one.
Oh my
and it
God.
It was a legit like interrogation.
You didn't tell me this.
I know. I'm telling you right now.
Oh my God.
I know. But
and what were they asking? Like, did they think that I was hired there? Like, what do people think?
Honestly, the principal said, what all of these headlines say. And this is where I have even more empathy with your situation, because there are plenty of, if the principal says, but she's a porn star, or she was, or they don't say she was, they say she is.
Yeah.
There are plenty of kids that have taken pictures with me and their parents have posted it, that other friends of the parents have called and said, I cannot believe you let your son take a picture with Lance Armstrong. So it's the same. I get it.
Yeah.
And
God, that's terrible. I'm sorry that they got pulled in.
No, they were fine. They were fine. They were happy that the dinner happened.
Okay.
Oh my God. All right, I got to go back to this. So like when you, I got distracted with there for a second, but like I would also be scared for like disease and like you don't even know these dudes.
Oh, you get tested every 2 weeks by law. Like you have to get tested or you can't shoot. And this one time I
a lot of things can happen in 2 weeks. Things can happen in 2 days.
Yeah, right? That's true. And that's another reason I got out.
Yeah.
I want to say there was 7 videos where it was with men. The rest were either solo or with girls, or I was in it, but there was no sexual. The concept they were going for with like my videos was very, it was very weird. So I did a lot. It says on my Wikipedia that there's 23 videos, but a lot of them are like remixes.
Remixes.
Yeah. I don't know what else.
We think of remixes. We think of like, the Grammys last night or whatever,
Or it's videos where I'm not doing anything sexual, but I'm in the video.
Huh.
But it is scary. And
yeah,
they don't check for, what is it that they don't check for?
Oh, here it goes.
They don't check for herpes, because herpes is undetectable unless you are breaking out.
Yeah.
And when you're breaking out, like, you can clearly see it. Yeah.
Dude.
It's terrifying.
And so the first time you go in, your first movie, when you leave, a lot of times when people hook up, they all, even in normal life, they have, like, they're leaving, they're like, oh my God, that was a regret, a mistake. I mean, were you thinking, okay, that was terrible, or I think I'll go back again, or?
The first time I left,
that just had to be surreal.
Yeah. I was in a haze for a little bit right after, but I think my first feeling was I was just confused about how I was feeling. It was a combination of guilt and shame and very temporary validation. Like, oh, I am attractive. Like, someone wants to film me. Someone wants to have sex with me.
Wow. So I mean, you grow up, how much do you weigh? And you're not supposed to ask girls this, but.
I fluctuate now between 115 and 130, depending on the season.
So you grew up 170 pounds.
160.
160. So if you were down, I mean, you lost, 30% of your body weight.
Yeah.
Got boobs. Mm-hmm. Got pretty.
Yeah.
And then you're like, let's test this out.
Yeah. I didn't know how to love myself.
Yeah. And you've never talked about this?
Never.
That's just crazy.
I feel comfortable with you, though.
Well, that's the theme of the show, right?
Yeah.
The show is like how we fuck up in life.
And move forward from that.
Either we fuck up ourselves, or life fucks us up, and then we figure out a way to establish a base and move forward.
Yeah.
And did you tell anybody?
No
like your homie? Like your
No. I told one person, and it was my closest girlfriend. Okay. Yeah. And
is she like, you're crazy.
You're fucking crazy. What are you doing?
I think that's what.
It's exactly what she said to me. And my answer was, I don't know what I'm doing. I have no idea. But.
And how's the money? Is there good money, or is it just?
It's fine. I wasn't doing it for the money. I mean, my parents were helping me
out.
$1,000
a day?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's not enough money.
I know.
That's not nearly enough money.
You got to spend more on dinner for me to get that now. I'm just kidding.
Oh. Wow. Yeah, it's just crazy. Can you get it taken down? All the stuff that's.
I don't own it. I signed away my rights to it.
So that's what because I guess you sign it away to the production company, and then they give it away to. Mm-hmm. I mean, nowadays it's just a click away on your computer.
Everywhere. What I can do, though, is, and I have a legal team like constantly after it, is it's called internet cleanup, and they're after all of the fake accounts of me on all social medias that repost my porn, so they can get those taken down. But
the YouPorns and the Pornhubs, people will always be able to go there, and
that's
forever.
Yeah,
that's true, like, internet forever.
Yeah, that's like a postal service level lawsuit that I can't afford to get into.
Yeah.
If I need to get it taken
100 million.
Down. Yeah, man.
Jesus. And okay, then we're gonna stop talking about this in a second. But in these guys, like, did you like? Were they like nice, or like? I mean, because if you're gonna have,
a lot of them
you couldn't
nice.
be in and be like, all right, let's get it on. I mean, you have to be.
And most of them, like, were not for the most part, but like, it's weird to say the word professional, but they were professional. They knew that there was no way it was going to be a good scene unless they made the girl comfortable. Mm-hmm. So they were nice. They were respectful. They, would ask you like, hey, is this okay? Like, do you need anything? Like, is it okay if I do this? Like, they were very patient.
Yeah, this year because I was doing the homework on this. A young porn star, pretty girl, Canadian, killed herself.
Yeah.
The other day.
From over something that people were saying to her online.
Online.
I feel so bad for her, and I'm lucky. Like I have very thick skin. Her name, Higgs? August Ames.
August Ames, yeah. Yeah, she was. Well, there's all these different reports out there. It was her family, and I think her brother specifically was highlighted the cyberbullying that was going on. But I think at times previously she had talked about she had some pretty serious mental health stuff, bipolar and medicated, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So
you shouldn't be letting girls like that do stuff like this. Like, that's not conducive to mental health.
Well, but it's not like the dude with the card is like, well, wait a minute. Oh, you're bipolar? Okay, never mind.
I know.
He's not thinking like that.
It's terrible. It's a cutthroat industry.
So here we are. So, but like this is where it gets hard for you because you're Mia Khalifa, right? And you're Mia Khalifa that's now has the ability to reinvent yourself and do the sports show with Gilbert.
It took all a while.
It does take a while, but if what you described as a 3-month mistake, if that doesn't happen, none of this stuff that you're enjoying now happens.
That's true. And there was a time in my life when I didn't want any of it. And I went off social media and I tried to live a normal life. I worked as a bookkeeper for a construction firm and as a paralegal.
Post-porn.
Yes.
What?
Yes. And I completely went off social media and just tried to lead a normal life. This was right after I quit porn.
In Miami.
Yes. And it didn't work.
Did you have a boyfriend when you started?
No.
I was going to say, that's a whole nother conversation.
No. I had a boyfriend after. And he was very helpful and supportive in, me trying to turn my life around. But I was just too recognizable even then. Like in February, March.
Because I have first of all, when ISIS says they're going to behead the American porn star, it's on CNN.
It's on CNN, Newsweek, Washington Post, like everywhere.
You're done.
Everywhere.
You're out.
And it's not just that. I was embedded in so many different like subcultures, like sports, like the news cycle, CNN, mainly sports. Like I was just I was very vocal about college football, basketball, NFL, hockey, like everything. So if people weren't exposed to me from this, they were exposed to me through that or through porn or through like just different outlets. And when I tried to, just lead a normal life, 2 of the partners at the law firm recognized me. The way I got the job as a bookkeeper at a construction firm was through a friend saying, "Hey, this girl is really like having a hard time. She needs a job. She's a good girl. Like she's smart. She has a degree. Can we help her out and give her a job here? Like she'll be safe here. We're a small company. You and I know her. Like we're the only ones who work here.
She's having a tough. But she says she's having. Sorry.
I was having a tough.
But she tells those people that you're having a tough time because of you just left porn, or just you're having a tough time in general.
I was having a tough time just finding a place to work where I wouldn't get recognized.
Right.
And working for a friend was the only option at the time. I did that from December 2015 until I moved to Austin, until May of 2016. And I moved here in June.
That's a good time to move here.
Yeah.
You're like, this place is fucking hot.
The reason I moved here was because I wanted to, I gave up on trying to just lead a normal life. And I was like, okay, now I'm just going to try and rebrand and, change the narrative and come to Austin and accept that I am Mia Khalifa now, and I'm going to try and be successful at that, doing something else. I had a pretty big following on social media still. It was mostly...
So you didn't kill the accounts, you just stopped
I just
posting.
went quiet on them.
Yeah.
Well, I killed the Instagram, so I started fresh with the Instagram. Yep. But the Twitter, I left. I just wasn't active on it.
Yeah. Man. This is great. So let's talk about this, because this is actually, from the first time I ever heard your name was when and it was one of the damn pages I was trying to pull up, but it's gone now, was, you love sports, you follow these athletes, they're like, whoa, Mia Khalifa's following me. Follow. And then they start, right? Hey, what's up, baby? Hey. And the one guy, he just wouldn't, and I forget who.
Chad Kelly.
No, that was the kid, the Ole Miss kid. It was another football player.
He played for the Bills.
Yeah, I don't know, but he keeps, you screenshot it and put it up, but he keeps hitting you, and finally he's like, come to Miami.
Oh.
And then you reply.
Duke Williams.
I am in Miami. Next one. With my boyfriend. Next one. Whose dick game is A1. When that got publicized, I was like, oh my God. Lesson to any young athlete. But
I will never date an athlete. Don't even try.
You gotta feel a little bad for these guys.
No. They are so entitled. I don't feel bad at all.
Oh my God. Your face just got so mean. It did. That was as mean as I've ever seen a woman be mean. Wow. Did y'all feel that over there? It was like got cold in the room. You missed the face. Holy. But then, okay. And also, if any athlete out there is listening, the fact that these dudes didn't learn, then the Chad Kelly, and then there was another one at the.
Chad Kelly came in twice, even after I blasted him. He came in twice.
Oh well, that I gotta give it to him for that.
He was so drunk the second time though. There were so many spelling mistakes, and it was at like 3 a.m, and we're on Central Time, so it was like 4 a.m.
Wow. But then there was a kid the other day that you gave him a shout out or something, and he's like, hell no. I'm not falling for this.
Juju Schuster-Smith.
Kid's 20 years old,
yeah.
plays for the Steelers. No.
Yeah.
And he's like, hell no. Mm-hmm. I'm not falling for this.
Yeah. What's funny is I'm friends with 2 players on the team, and he's like such a lower ranked player that I'm like, I am not going after you. Trust me. Yeah. I'm just trying to help you find your bike, dude.
Oh, he lost his bicycle?
That was the reason he was trending on Twitter that day. Someone, as a prank, stole, because he's a rookie, they stole his bike. And he doesn't drive. He doesn't have a license. So that's how he gets to and from practice.
Come on.
So Antonio Brown stole his, and the reason I know it's Antonio Brown is because Antonio Brown told me he stole his bike.
You're friends with Antonio Brown?
Well, internet friends. I've never met him.
Dude, my son would go crazy. Like he has.
I'll see if he'll follow him.
He has an Antonio Brown jersey.
Really?
Yes, Max.
Fuck the Steelers. Oh, it's Max. I'm not gonna say that's Max.
He's 8.
Yeah.
He has a different, but he has a different favorite team every week.
Oh, when are the Redskins gonna get a turn?
Like it's crazy. Never. Never.
He only likes winners.
Should the Washington Redskins change their name?
No.
There's that face again. Are you seeing this? Holy. You are scaring everybody else in this room.
I'm sorry.
They shouldn't. But it's funny. I had Dale Earnhardt Jr. on the other day, and for whatever reason, I mean, he's from North Carolina, but he loves the Redskins. Goes to the games, and I asked him the same question. He said no. Mm-hmm. He said, but if they did change their name and became the
Skins, just the Skins.
Is that the talk? Is that what?
Yeah.
They will change the name.
Yeah, probably with enough pressure, or when Dan Snyder steps down, if he ever does, which I don't want him to, because he's the only reason we haven't changed the name yet. Every other owner would be soft and change it immediately.
Yeah. Yeah, they would.
Mm-hmm. I've invested too much money in gear for them to change the name. I'd have to start all over.
Okay, whatever. Hey, speaking of outing people, because this one, and when I mean outing, I mean like on the DMs.
Yeah.
And I didn't know it until I started researching all this. That's called sliding into your DMs.
It is. Yeah.
What's that? What, did you know that?
It's because if.
What does that mean? Sliding in.
Like you're trying to be smooth and like slide in there, and it's usually not smooth.
Yeah, I didn't. That's the first I heard of that.
You're so old.
Wow. The Russian guy has gray hair. He's old, and meanwhile you're crying with him, and now I just get called old.
The excitement of meeting you wore off.
Awesome. So this is another article. Of course, it starts, which drives me crazy. It starts porn star Mia Khalifa publicly posts DM from the man who wants to kill the internet as we know it.
Oh, that's not true.
Right.
Yeah, that one's fake.
So this guy's name is, I'll fuck it up, Ajit Pi.
Yeah, he tried to kill net neutrality. Oh, well, he succeeded.
So somehow somebody, and this looks like a screen grab from somebody's phone that says, "Hi, Mia, very big fan of your work and was wondering if you would allow me to take you out to dinner sometime. It's up to you. Laughing my ass off. Aren't you the piece of shit who wants to take away our net neutrality?" He says, "A simple no would have done nicely. Have a nice day." Then so they just make this up?
Yeah. I mean, Photoshop's easy.
No, I believe you.
Yeah. Trust me, if he did slide in my DMs, I'd be a lot more aggressive. Yeah.
Well, that's, you.
I'm a lot more creative than laughing my ass off, aren't you? The piece of shit who's tried to kill net neutrality.
You're so ugly.
Yeah. If I'm going after you, you're getting ethered.
Yeah. But this is logical that they would.
Yeah.
Because that's what when they slide in, you give them a little slide out.
I kindly show them the door.
Yeah. And now this shit, okay, this just gets even weirder to me. Did you know that you can buy a life-size Mia Khalifa doll?
What?
Yes. Sex doll.
Show me. That can't be legal. I need to get my lawyers on that.
Don't tell me you didn't know this.
No, I did not know this.
Coming right up. Higgs, where's our... all my stuff shut down here. You really didn't know this?
I did not know this.
Whole article, $7,500.
That's it?
$7,500 is a life size, gets you a life size.
Does it look like me?
It looks exactly like you. They don't show it, but let me find articles. And Mark, who helps me do all this research, he says before the article, odd and creepy, but not surprising.
I think it was like a one-off, though. The guy, you read the article. I think they said he's had requests for it.
$7,500. Oh. I'll send it to you.
The doll?
No, I'm not spending $7,500 on a sex doll. I'm just saying.
Oh my, yeah, please send me that. I'm going to send it to my lawyers.
Yeah.
That can't be legal.
And what happens, because I know you were in Dallas recently and you went on a date.
Yeah.
But like, is that, because you're
it's very hard to date.
Yeah.
It's hard to date
but you're a
because,
normal girl. Like, I think you're a normal girl. Everybody listening will be like, he's crazy, he's kissing ass, blah, blah. But you're really, anytime I've ever dealt with you, talk to you, you're totally normal. You giggle, you goof off. But you're a normal person that wants to have a relationship and wants to have love and wants to be intimate and wants to go on dates. And that's got to be, like, if you're some dude, like the dude in Dallas, when you walked into the restaurant, 90% of the people are like, oh my God, there's Mia Khalifa.
Like people come up to us at the table, which is just, oh my God, my stomach, like, and I see them coming out of the corner of my eye. Like, oh my God, please, I'm having such a normal date. We're sharing meatballs right now. Like, please don't come up to me. Also, I'm eating. Like, why come up to someone when they're eating?
But that's what people do. That's what people do.
But it's hard to date because it's hard to find someone who doesn't think it's like cool and wants to brag to his friends that he's going out with Mia Khalifa, or B, someone who isn't off-put and scared away by it.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Or intimidated.
Right.
It's a very small gray area, the dating pool for me.
Yeah.
It's the first date I've been on in so long.
And like, what does that dude do? Is he he's not an athlete? Is he like a business person? Is he a...
No, he just runs in the same circle.
But he's a normal guy.
Yeah, very normal guy. No, not at all. He has like 200 Instagram followers. Very normal guy, super sweet, very low key.
Could have helped him with that, by the way.
I think everything scared him away because there was no, he was supposed to come to Austin for a second date and there was no second date.
We're going to get a lot of emails into the inbox, Higgs, Subject, I'll date Mia. Or no, subject, date with Mia. If you dudes start sending emails, you better include, what do they need to include? Photos.
Yeah, I need
their last year's tax.
I need your college transcripts, your tax records.
Right.
Blood work.
Blood. Okay. Yeah. All right. We're going to get, I'm just telling you, we're going to get hammered with
my
emails
God.
about this. Do like the,
I don't want to date any of you. I just want a normal guy who does something normal like coding. And not the San Quentin guys either.
why not? These guys are great. Well, look, they too, they have great story. I mean, it's the same thing. Like those guys from San Quentin, you know, if they write a bunch of stories about them, their stories start with
Ex-convict, yeah.
or murderer, or rapist, or you know, it's a gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah, reputation is everything.
Yeah. And then you did in the whole sports thing. Then you did the big. I had to like figure this out because Complex is a magazine, and I'm like, wait, why is she doing a sports? How's that possible? But I guess it is possible because in this day and age, like we're doing now, we just make up the show.
Yeah.
And we broadcast the show, and it's our show. Okay, so you do this sports show with Gilbert Arenas, who, by the way, if I believe everything that I read here on the internet,
he's got a story too.
But you slid into his DMs.
Oh, that was staged. That was a PR stunt.
And so I said, here as I make my notes, I'm like, she slides into his DMs. Next line, this can't be real.
So
like,
I'm the one who drafted that for him.
Yeah.
I wrote all of it.
Right. Yeah, I was like, there's no way
No.
that's legit.
No, and it was, oh God, it got everybody.
Yeah.
Also, I found out who my real friends in the media were because a lot of people were very quick to like write an article saying, finally, she had it coming. Like she finally gets exposed in the DMs.
Right.
And it definitely worked.
So and again, you're going to hate me for this. Like,
What? You don't know who Gilbert Arenas is?
No.
Ancient Zero?
I don't watch. I know Michael Jordan,
Former
and
NBA All-Star,
Shaquille O'Neal
took the Wizards to their first conference final. No, not conference finals. No, it was the conference finals since 1969. Okay, well, in DC, he is a god, and I'm a DC sports fan.
Right, you're the DC sports gal.
Yes, I am. So working with him was insane, but he's got a pretty tarnished reputation too.
What'd he do?
He brought guns into the locker room.
There you go. Coach, I didn't get the ball enough. We fixing to talk.
Oh.
What?
It was between him and a player, and he opened his duffel bag and he looked at him and he said, "Pick one." So on his first day, we laid out.
Pick one.
Yeah, like pick one. Which one do you want me to use on you?
Oh, right. Or pick one. Like
Yeah.
what?
Yeah. So we laid out 3 mic packs with a sticky note saying, "Pick one." First day on the show.
To his teammate?
Yeah.
What? Why would you do that?
Because he wasn't actually going to shoot him, but
Well,
that's
yeah.
just how boys are. It's
But
a
still.
dick swinging contest.
Yeah, but teammates are supposed to be. I mean,
No, not in the NBA. Also, there was, when they go on road trips, they take the private jet. They play a lot of what's the game?
Poker.
No, not boogies.
I don't know anything about that either.
I bet you don't.
No, I don't.
Poker?
No, I have no idea.
I don't
how to
either.
play.
I don't know how to play it. But
Well,
they
play
gamble
cards.
a lot and
They
they play
gamble
card games.
and they
Yeah,
for money.
And it's usually over that. Like they'll fist fight in the locker room over $2,000. These men are making $70 million a year.
Because they won't pay.
Yeah, but
Oh,
it's not about the
that's-
money. It's about the principle.
Well, you have to pay your
Yeah, pay your dues.
losses.
Yeah.
Fast money equals fast friends. Mm-hmm. Okay, so you get to go on this show with him, and I watched some of it on YouTube. It's just basically a sports show. You got a couple of other co-hosts on there, and
Oh yeah, that was the confusing part.
yeah, that was a little.
Yeah, we were supposed to have a moderator, and we ended up turning into a panel. But no one would call it a panel. They still tried to sell it as me and Gilbert were hosting the show. And
Yeah.
I don't know. I left early. They're still doing the show.
Oh, they are.
Yeah. I walked away.
You weren't feeling it, or you didn't want to be in LA.
I didn't want to be in LA. That was a huge reason, but it was my dream job. So I was putting up with LA for a while. I walked away when when I realized that I wouldn't watch my own show.
Oh.
Yeah. But I love Complex. They treated me great, and they were really understanding when I wanted to leave.
Yeah.
They knew I wasn't happy in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
I wish them all the best, though.
Okay, so what do you got? But you have to keep doing stuff like that.
Yeah. Now I do my Twitch streams. I partnered with
Your what?
my Twitch streams, Twitch TV. It's
Oh,
this
really?
live streaming service where people live stream themselves playing video games. And they have this channel called IRL, which means in real life. And what I do on it is my cooking show. Or I'll watch NBA G League games because the G League partnered with Twitch, and I'll commentate over them.
For real?
Yeah, it's great.
So you have to learn the names of like these G Leaguers?
Yeah, it's awesome. They're
There's
so
a
bad.
team in Austin. They're the Spurs.
I know,
the Spurs
the Austin
G.
Spurs. Yeah, I did one of their games once. God, they're so bad. It's like watching college basketball, but worse.
Wow.
So now I stick to my cooking streams on there. And I also have my Patreon.
And with Twitch, people subscribe, or they?
Yes, people
or you have
subscribe to
ads?
Twitch.
They do.
You-
I'm learning.
so
I
you-
didn't know anything.
You have
about this.
subscribers, you can run ads, and I also have sponsored streams where someone will pay me to say, this stream is brought to you by blank.
Or put their thing in the, their,
Yeah.
their ingredient.
Or
in the,
yeah, exactly. Or use their product or...
I thought the cooking thing was bullshit. Like all your stories and stuff.
I don't know, people love it.
Well, I know that. I'm sure they love it, but I didn't know. I thought somebody else was cooking and you were just commentating.
What?
I
No,
did.
I'm a cook.
You are?
Yes, I've been cooking since I could walk. I grew up in the kitchen. My mom cooked us 3 square meals a day from scratch, and like all different types of cuisines.
Huh. So wow. You could be like the next. Who's the lady?
Chrissy Teigen. That's who I'm trying
That
to
would
be like.
be. Anna she has.
Cravings, the book.
Well, first of all, let me just back up. Anna, my fiance, has like she has cookbooks everywhere, and she really gets into like certain people. So Chrissy Teigen, Jessica Seinfeld, and Gwyneth Paltrow. Like so she has all their shit.
I love Chrissy Teigen.
Well, what about that? Why don't we do a Mia Khalifa cookbook?
That is coming up.
Coming for real.
Yeah.
I think those things crush.
Yeah, I know.
Well,
A book dealer came up to me and said that a bunch of publications were would bite really hard. And right now, I'm currently in the process of writing sample chapters.
So you're inventing or creating the dishes yourself, or
So the format of the book is going to be basically the story of my life through recipes. So with each recipe that means a lot to me and that I ate either growing up or like at a certain time in my life, or that I made a lot when I was, homesick in Miami or homesick in college, or, recipes I learned when I first moved to Austin. They'll each be accompanied by a story about my life and why it's important to me.
So, okay, then what's the recipe for those 3 months?
Coconut cream pies?
Really?
No.
That's awesome. I didn't know that. I just thought, I don't know what I thought. I didn't think it was real.
What's your go-to meal?
Ossobuco.
That's
It's
your
very
favorite thing to
comforting.
eat or to
My
cook?
favorite thing to cook, or beef bourguignon, because it takes so long to make, and I love anything that is tedious and takes a while, because the fundamentals of cooking is my favorite. Like I love dicing and prepping mirepoix and stuff.
See, you need a dude. You need a dude.
I
who
need a dude to cook
appreciates-
for. I cook way too much.
Who appreciates this? Who's like, oh, honey, oh my God, that ossobuco was amazing, and you're amazing, and we're normal.
That's all I want. I just want to watch hockey on the couch and cook food.
Oh my God. What about Patreon? We should, because we were just talking about it a second ago. Like we're ramping up to get going full gas
so
on
exciting.
Patreon.
I'm
For the
so excited for you.
It's crazy. A lot of people don't even know what Patreon is.
I know.
Like when we bring it up in meetings or just on the street, people are like, "What?
Yeah.
Patron?" Because they know me. And I'm like, no. So Patreon for you listeners is a subscription model, let's call it, right? So creators, and that's what they refer to them, you, me, everybody on that format. It could be a political podcast. It could be a comedian. It could be a musician. It could be
Someone
somebody
who
who
wants
makes
to do live
music
streams.
videos or what. And so, but the cool thing about Patreon, as opposed to Stitcher or other things like that, where there's a flat fee and the creator really just kind of gets out of the way, with Patreon, we can customize the tiers, customize the pricing.
and
customize
they can
the
choose how much
offerings.
they want to pledge. They can pledge $1 or they can pledge 5,000 a month.
Right. Well, you have to that's an option.
Yeah.
They can't just say, well, I'll give you. I mean, your tiers are.
My tiers go from $1 and then it goes 20, 50, 100, and then 5,000. No, 1,000 and then 5,000.
Whoa.
Yeah.
A year or a month?
A month.
Dang.
Yeah.
You get any of those 5,000 a month?
Yes. And
You did?
Yeah. And that one is
Come
called the MVP. And there's only one available for it. Only one person can buy it. And the only reward they get is being the MVP.
Creep.
I know.
Have you met this dude?
No.
He made the doll.
Oh my God.
Hey, wait a minute. 5,000 a month is $60,000 a year. I think we're on.
Well, he
Higgs,
might
I
not
think we're on.
renew every month. And sometimes it's a different person who, buys it.
Right.
But yeah. I've only had it for 1 month so far. And it was this month. Someone got it. But I've only had my Patreon since October.
Yeah.
October.
Yeah, so that's, and we're so for the listener, so with anything in and around We Do and the Forward and Stages, which was the tour podcast.
I'm going to pledge to your Patreon. I want early access to
Yes.
these podcasts.
How do you know you get early access? Oh, you saw
Because
the
you're a
whiteboard.
podcast and that should be a tier.
You saw the whiteboard in the.
No, I didn't. That should be. I give people early access to my YouTube videos.
right. So our tiers are, where are we at, Higgs? We're 3, 10, and 40.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and so it for us.
What are the rewards for each one?
Well.
Okay, all right.
We'll get.
I am curious about that. We'll talk about that off camera.
Yeah, but no, I'm curious to see how sticky it is.
Mm-hmm.
Like how people.
It'll start out slow, but I mean.
You showed me your. It's funny. Whenever you send me the data from Patreon, then I send it to the team, and I'm like, all right, this is how it started, and here's where it is now, and they're killing it.
Yeah.
And they're getting, more and more legit creators on there. It's
Yeah.
interesting. It's a delicate balance because Higgs and I were having a meeting with somebody in New York a couple months ago. Casey Neistat, you probably know Casey Neistat, the YouTuber. And and Patreon came up. And
I don't know her personally, but I know
right,
of
you
her.
know what I mean. He's killed it. And so there's this walk or this line you have to walk down and toe. Be very careful that it's authentic and and then on the other hand, you don't seem like you have the tin can out, like shaking a couple quarters around like, hey, throw me a quarter or throw me whatever the level is. So it has to be, I've struggled a little with that, to be honest. Trying to figure out.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's totally understandable. But I feel like Patreon is just a way to connect with your true fans, whereas social media, a percentage of your followers are probably just there to hate on you. Whereas Patreon really...
You read your comments?
No, never. And I only see comments from people I follow.
You get, oh, really?
Yeah.
So when it says like 80,000 comments, you don't go read them?
No. It just shows me on the bottom, like the people I follow that commented. Yeah. It'll be the first ones that come up when I click.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't comment.
Yeah. I'll see it. I mean, I only see like when people that I follow like and comment. That's the only thing I see, which is great. If I read the comments, I would go insane.
Yeah.
Absolutely insane.
Yeah.
It's mostly like most of the people in my comments are hating. And the point of Patreon is to
support.
Yeah.
Right.
I can actually connect with my real fans who actually care about me and where I'm moving on with my life and who want to see my live streams and all of the stuff I have to offer.
Huh. But you also promote like what's the betting site or
mybookie.ag and
you're never right. Your predictions on these games.
I'm always wrong.
You're always wrong.
Always.
I'm like, this girl knows all this about sports. Like, I bet she's right.
I'm just a curse, I think.
You picked the Steelers. You picked I've never seen you get
like, these are educated guesses. I'm not throwing darts at a fucking wall either. I don't know what it is. I have terrible luck. And it's funny because the year of last year, I was doing pick'ems against the spread with Fansided, and I was ranked 8th in the country by week 10 for my pick'ems against the spread in the country. That's like 20,000 submissions.
Under your name?
Yeah, Mia Khalifa.
People must be like, oh my God.
Yeah, they were going crazy.
Yeah, I bet.
And I mean, that's why it's called gambling. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose.
Gambling money is homeless money. Yeah. That's what we always tell in our golf match. We gamble our faces off in golf. It's terrible.
Oh my God.
Yeah. It's just,
That's awesome though.
yeah. Well, it keeps it interesting. I mean, I was talking to some guy yesterday and he's like, my son's flag football game. So one of the dads is like, yeah, I played this morning. I was like, any action? He's like, no, these guys don't gamble. I'm like, are you shitting me? Like,
Why do you play?
You just went out there for 4.5 hours to like keep score? That's it? That is
For exercise and fresh air?
That is lame. Golf is not exactly
I know,
exercise.
yeah.
Higgs, did you see my tweet last night about the threesome?
I did. Did it perform well?
I thought that was amazing.
What was it? I didn't see it.
I was so proud of myself.
About the golf playoff.
Yeah, so there was going to be a 3-way playoff, a threesome, that and the tournament went from, I think, CBS, because the Grammys were coming on, over to the Golf Channel.
Mm-hmm.
And I said something like, for those of you who think golf is boring and stuffy, get a load of this or check this shit out. Golf Channel is about to televise live a threesome. I thought it was, I was really, no?
That's awesome.
I thought it was funny.
It's the most exciting thing on the Golf Channel all year.
Yeah, see, and that got people going, that got them thinking about it, then when they went there and there's 3 dudes like literally standing around. And Tiger wasn't there.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's a quality tweet.
So on Patreon, so you have to, how do people find your Patreon page?
It's patreon.com/Mia K.
Mia K.
Mm-hmm. And
Twitch?
Twitch is twitch.tv.
Is that a .com? Oh, .tv?
.tv/Mia Khalifa. And then YouTube is youtube.com/C/the DC Sports Girl.
Got it.
And social media is all Mia Khalifa.
Okay, I have one more question about that era.
Yeah.
What did it feel like, because in life there's always that moment where you're like, oh my God, this is happening. It could be great, it could be bad, but it's a significant, like, what did you, the second that you realized, oh my God, the whole world is going to know that I did this, whether it was the CNN article, maybe it was the CNN or the ISIS effect, but
It was that.
it was that.
And also Lebanon saying I wasn't welcome back in the country ever again. It's where I was born. It's where I spent the first 10 years of my life.
Yeah.
It's where all of my memories are. Like, I got drunk for the first time with my cousins going back over the summer when I was 15 years old. Like, my first kiss was in Lebanon. Like,
And you still can't go back?
no,
Ever?
I don't think so. And even if I do go back, I don't think I would feel safe or welcomed.
Right. Yeah. But
Just that I can't take my kids to show them where their culture's from, like my future kids.
So you have some more breaking news here?
Oh my God.
Kids on the way?
No. 2 dogs is enough. I got to find a way to put them through college first.
And that was after you had left, or was that the
It all happened around the same time.
okay? So you're like, all right, I got to get out of this.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It was all in the span of like 2 weeks, 2-3 weeks.
God.
Yeah.
Your head must have been completely spinning.
Yeah. I mean, I lost everything. I lost my normalcy. I lost my family. I lost respect from half the world. I lost my homeland, everything.
Yeah.
I was completely
Homie,
alone.
I know.
Yeah, I know you know.
The only thing I didn't lose was my family, thank God. But you lose. You don't lose friends, but you find out obviously who you're.
Yeah.
You lose people that really weren't your friends, is what you lost.
Exactly.
But the family part, that my kid, everybody hung in there, everybody hunkered down, and well,
I bet it brought you all closer together too.
Yeah. No, in a lot of ways it did. It for a couple of reasons. One, because we were tested, but also their dad had a lot more time.
Yeah.
So I was so busy and life was moving so fast and it was crazy that I was on the road a lot and just away. And so now all of a sudden they're like, dude, why are you here all the time? Like, I had nothing but time. So
It's a blessing and a curse for your sanity.
Yeah.
You got to find a way to stay busy.
What keeps you up at night? This is the last question. And don't say your dogs or the ambulance that goes by. What keeps you up at night? I.e., what stresses you out? Or what do you worry about?
What I worry about the most is longevity. Like, how long can I do this for if I don't succeed at rebranding and turning everything around.
You think about that?
Yeah. Of course I think about my future.
I know, because
I think about missing my siblings growing up and if I'll be invited to their wedding or if I'll get a phone call saying, hey, grandma passed away, or if they'll just never tell me. Those are the things that keep me up at night.
Damn. All right. Those are a lot more serious than I thought you were going to say. But that's great. That's great. Dang. All right, Mia, thanks for being here.
Thank you so much. This was great.
So great.